Okay, it is week 3. We're getting there, day 4. And today's how it's done, do it with me. 101 focuses on rotation. So it makes sense that there's different degrees in your body that you can rotate. A lot of people don't realize that the lower lumbar, the lower portion of the rib cage, isn't meant to have a great range of motion through when you're rotating, okay? And a lot of power comes from the core, the ability to rotate. Like if you're walking your dog, for example, and your dog pulls, if that rotation is too much or you rotate in the wrong place, you can really tweak your lower back.
Isn't it usually like this?
Yeah, exactly. Or you're talking and it's like, wah! Right? A dog pulls you across the entire room. So a couple things to think about when you're rotating, especially in movement, because when you start to train your body to move a certain way, in real life, habits form and those movement patterns will kick in when you need it to, okay? So this, can you turn around for me, sir? Thank you. This is the trunk of your body. Not the bum, but the trunk. Eyes up here, come on, come on. This portion of the, pants are loose, but still, come on, eyes were up. This portion of your body, your thoracic, is the portions that are encased by your rib cage, okay? So if you think about that, your spine and your rib cage, the rib cage kind of protects the spine. The lower lumbar, this little portion down here, right? There's nothing to protect it. It's just the spine floating in space. So that area has a smaller degree of rotation. Okay, so when you shave there? Yeah. Just for me?
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's so nice. Okay, so when we're rotating, for example, try to keep your hips facing forward, and as you rotate, we're just gonna move through the thoracic, so the portion, top portion of the rib cage. We're not rotating through that lower lumbar. You'll start to feel a natural pull where your body stops you and tells you that's the range of motion. If you force it beyond that, you start to rotate more through the lower lumbar, and then you're really grinding on those vertebrae of the spine, which isn't meant to happen, okay? So keep in mind that when you're rotating, gaze the direction that you're moving always, and then move with your upper body, hips facing forward, and then stop when your body tells you to, okay? That's a nice tip, a nice quick trick to know when you reach the end of your range of motion and where your rotation should come from. And that's how it's done.
101. I almost did doubles.
I see you.
Doubles. What's that?
Doubles. Okay. Today, we are doing, these sound bites. We're doing a full body strength day. Let's do it.
I just came back. Came to mind.
See what I deal with? Okay. Full body strength day. We're gonna go under the tree, take some goodies out. Today we're working a lot with Pink Thingy, which is my favorite. It's my favorite lightweight gizmo to take wherever you go. I usually have to fight my kids for it because it looks like fun.
It is fun.
Right? It just looks like fun. It really is. We're doing 8 different exercises, 3 sets in a row, 35 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, but you don't need to worry about that. We'll count you down. We're gonna go right into that warm up, get our bodies ready for the work ahead. Okay? Hit it! Let's go! We're gonna start with those toe touches. Let's get warm. And if you can't reach those toes, you're gonna tap for the knees, okay? We're gonna get our bodies warm. If you wanna toss your vest on, this is a great place to put it on, add a little bit more resistance. And I want you to really feel the stretch as you reach towards your toes.
I feel uncoordinated with this.
You feel uncoordinated?
Yeah.
Just dumb it down, don't overthink about it. Okay, let's go to the knee touches. So here, we are rotating through the thoracic, right? I want you to feel a little bit of cross-body activation as we turn our breastbone to the opposite knee. You feel that?
I do, especially when I turn the breastbone.
The breastbone's connected to the?
Hip bone. I don't even know how I got that. Did I get it right?
No. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Leg swings to the wall. Let's go. Swing it. Ba, ba.
I thought that was a nursery rhyme. Is it?
Yeah. It's like the neck bone's connected to the shoulder bone. Shoulder bones. I'm gonna need to look this up. You know, the funny thing about having children is you only remember the stage that you're in. All of those songs that I've sang for years, out the window, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got our leg swings. I think I got those backwards there, didn't I? That's all right. This is the one I feel uncoordinated on.
You just gotta pick a spot.
Pick a spot, focus on it, keep your eyes on something that's not moving. Let's switch legs. My balance is challenged here. Whew. Okay, couple more swings. And one. Okay, let's take it down to the ground for hip thrusts. All the way down. All the way down to the ground. Okay, so remember, hip thrust, heels are nice and close to the bum, and then we're pushing through the heels to lift. At the top of that movement, you want a nice long diagonal line from your breastbone all the way out through your knees, like a ski hill. Ski hill. Skiing. And you're squeezing the glutes at the top, warming up those hamstrings. We never want to feel this in our lower back. If you do, dig into those heels a little bit more, squeeze the glutes a little bit more, and see if it comes out of that lower back, okay? Let's go for another 10 seconds here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
This is longer. I can feel it.
It's just because you feel like you're working, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, inhale down, exhale up. Remember to find that breath pattern that works. Inhale and exhale. And then we're gonna come all the way up off the ground. All the way up. We got those hip openers. There we go. Open it up. Really working that hip mobility. There you go.
Getting better. Getting better. Watch.
It's very robotic. Okay, right into those crossbody punches. Boom, boom. We are rotating, look at that, through the thoracic. And you'll notice that there's more rotation here because I'm pivoting on the lower body. So the reason why I can turn more isn't because I'm rotating more through the lower lumbar, but because I'm moving my entire body. Okay, got that?
What about
got it?
our shimmy?
A shimmy? What language are you speaking? A pickup game? That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, thoracic rotation. Nice athletic stance, and we're just gonna rotate through the thoracic. We talked about that. Now you know what thoracic means, right? There we go. Remember, we're not forcing it beyond that natural range of motion. When your body tells you you've gotten to where you need to be, stop. You'll feel a natural pull back. Listen to it, okay? Boom. Okay, we're gonna get right into that first exercise. I want you to grab for your dumbbells or your pink thingy. Okay, what are you gonna work with today, Sean?
Pink thingy.
Pink thingy. We're gonna start with a nice athletic stance. Shoulders back, standing nice and tall. Both arms come up to shoulder height. Then we're bringing it down, and both arms go out laterally, okay? Really try not to use momentum here. Woo, slow your roll, mister.
What do you mean by that?
Where we like swing our bodies into where we think it should be. Focus on using your breath, your core, and your muscles to float the weight up. So if you feel like the dumbbells, whether you're at 5 or 10, are too heavy, you can work with the pink thingy.
And I would say this is
And
like
rest.
using probably 15 or 20 pounds. Those.
He just wants to make it seem like he's working harder. Right? Is that your trick?
And we did this 3 times in a row.
We do it 3 times in a row. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorite exercises. I know like it's not summertime, but in the summertime when we're wearing tank tops and tube tops and strapless dresses, I think having like strong shoulders are so important. It makes me feel nice. So I bang these out. It's my pre-summer banger. Well, technically anything that's not summer is pre-summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even fall's pre-summer. Shredding for the summer. 3, 2, and 1.
So what if they have a little bit of hard time with the rotators?
If they have a hard time with the rotator cuffs, let's drop the weights and work within your range of motion. Okay, so I'm gonna go down just in case. Just in case. Really keep those shoulders nice and snug in the shoulder girdle. Or lift and lower. If that is still too much, drop your weight entirely, okay? If you have really bad shoulder impingements, you know that this isn't working for you. You're likely working with a physiotherapist, and if you're not, why not? Because if you have shoulder issues, you should be working with someone, and then you'll likely know already that there's things that you can do instead to work the rotator cuff area, okay?
So if you're going to go laterally, you can bend at the elbows a little bit more as well. That will protect the rotators if they're a little bit tight.
Is that 2 or 3?
That's 3.
Woo, okay, pink thingy. So we're gonna come on down to the ground. We're never done with it. Okay, we're taking our feet into the rungs of the pink thingy. All the way in, okay? Like if we're putting it in ski boots or a sled. And then we're taking the top of the pink thingy all the way over our hips. Come on down to the ground. Drive the heels down as we lift. So the pink thingy here just adds a little bit more resistance to your hip thrust, but we can play with it even further. Let's play with tempo. So we're gonna stay at the top here, squeeze your glutes, pulse it out at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do that again, except I want you to come all the way to the top. When you get to the top, take your knees wide, bring them back together, and then tap your hip down. These are different ways to change up your workout, to add a little bit of variation, a little spice in your life, a little sprinkle of salt,
I like that one.
a little sprinkle, a little hot sauce,
Yeah, it feels good on the hips.
right? Little hip opener. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes heavy through the heels, take your knees wide, tap it down, up, open, together, and down. Up, open, together, and down. I think I can make anything into a song. My daughter does that. Okay, one more. Can you think of another way we can make this more fun?
No.
Okay, bring that head back down to the ground. Okay, I think maybe we take one leg up. Let's lift into our hip thrust. Bring your left leg up, lower that left leg down, tap your bum. Lift, right leg comes up this time, lower down and tap it down. So for those of you who might be more ready to advance your movements, there's just a couple ways that you can do so. Otherwise, stick with that hip thrust. I mean, it's great all on its own. Adding tempo, adding a pulse at the top does wonders, okay? Or adding the march. Woo! Okay.
This little extra is good.
I like extra. I love extra. Okay, don't get rid of your pink thingy. We're gonna come all the way up to standing. 6 seconds left. Nice athletic stance. Basically, that just means connecting firmly with the ground, about hip distance apart. Active legs, shoulders back. Let's row. 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 If you want to make this harder, walk your hands closer to your feet, down the rungs. So at the top of that movement, notice how my wrists aren't bent. One nice neutral wrists, okay? And we're bringing it up just about chest level, leading with your elbows. Fight the urge to raise your shoulders all the way up towards your ears like earrings. No earrings today. Let them be soft and down. Okay, I like those. I like those. If you feel like a superstar, you can add your dumbbells in there. Do you feel like a superstar? No?
Yeah.
I don't feel like a superstar.
All right, I'll do it.
Pressure! Okay, up. Now, another way to make this one more difficult, play with tempo. Play with tempo, slowly lower down. Quick up! Come on, quick up! Slowly lower down. Look at those muscles. Slowly lower down. Breathe. Nice and slow. How slow can you go? Let's see how slow we can go. I think coming from Sean, that's a real compliment. Here we go. Up, Slow, 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 slow. Fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it. Nice. You look lonely by yourself with those dumbbells. I'm gonna get mine.
Yeah, it's big time.
It does, doesn't it?
Just that little 10 pounds.
I'm gonna go for 5 because, well, I think it'll still work quite well. Shoulders back, standing nice and proud. Pull it up, slowly release. Quick up, slowly release. Big exhale. Slowly.
You're making it look pretty easy. I'm dying.
I also have 5 pounds.
I only got 10.
Slowly release. Wow. Almost there, almost there. We got 8 more seconds. Up and slowly down. Fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it. Up. Slow, 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 slow. Beauty. Okay, what do we got next? Let's see. We are coming down to the ground for our pink thingy leg presses. I love this thing, I guess you can tell. Okay, so I'm gonna walk my hands way down the pink thingy, coming into a tabletop position. Flex your toes all the way up towards the ceiling, and then we're extending both legs long. You can work one leg at a time here, or both legs at the same time. Go ahead and get the back of your head on the ground. Big exhale, you got it, you got it.
I'm checking out to see where you're...
I'm doing both legs at the same time.
I'm
We can alternate one. If you want to make it harder, obviously, pull up on that band.
No, warm up.
What did we forget in the warm-up?
The hip huggers.
The hip Oh, I like hugging hips.
I forgot it.
Do you want to hug your hips now? Hug them, hug them, hug them close. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
The doctor, right?
What do you do as a doctor?
I don't know, you roll over and they stick their finger up your butt, don't they?
That's not the doctor. That's something else.
Oh, that's a physical. What kind of physical you're getting?
I've never gotten fingers up my bum at the doctor.
You didn't?
No. Maybe you should.
Maybe I should get it recorded.
We should talk about this later.
Sounds like a lawsuit.
What are you doing?
Man.
Remember that time the doctor stuck his finger in my butt? No! That doesn't happen! Okay.
Maybe that's why I've been scared to go.
Oh my goodness. Whew. Now that that's cleared up. Yeah, but for real. I should talk to somebody about that. Okay, how are we doing? Push through those heels. 10 more seconds. What are you doing? Get back down here. I'm going to talk to someone after we're done working out. Not right this second. I think the body rockers bit off more than they could chew with this one. Okay, let's give the pink thingy and Sean's bum a break. We're gonna come up to our feet. We got a squat with a side kick, okay? So nice athletic stance, hinging from the hips. Come on down nice and low, and then we're kicking out to the side, okay? So down low, transfer your weight and kick. Down low, transfer your weight and kick. Down low, keep your chest out and kick. Now, I don't want a sissy kick. I want a powerful kick. Someone's coming into your bubble and you want to make sure that they're getting out. So we're pulling that knee in and then extending out, kicking through the heel. 2 and 1. Right? Like a little powerful kick. Right? Okay, 3 seconds. You ready? You good?
Okay.
Let's go. Down and kick. Down and kick. Keep your core tight. Balance. Center of gravity should always protect you from falls. Except I fell downstairs the other day, so it happens. But there should always be a gentle hum in the background where your core is about 20% on. Never too loosey-goosey. 5 seconds. Chest up, No turtle shelling through the back. And boom. All right. We got one more.
Those are tough. So what if you can't get your leg up? What's the alternate?
I'm so glad you asked. Okay, if you can't get your leg up, drop into that squat wherever your range of motion is, and then we're just gonna tap that foot out to the side, okay? Down and tap, down and tap. Fully extending that leg, glute activation, down and tap. Do you see it turn on? It's a fun trick. Down and tap, down and tap, down, activate, and tap, down and tap. 8 more seconds. Weight in the heels, tap. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Beautiful. Woo! I missed the pink thingy.
Yeah.
Let's get it back on.
You get it?
Yeah. Coming down to the ground. Let's go quick, 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 quick. Get your toes in the top of the pink thingy. Hook your fingers through rungs. And then we're coming into all fours. Sean, I don't want to kick you. You out of my way?
You're good. Go.
So really anchor down through the ground, through your supporting hands, and then kick back from the right and then the left. Couple things to think about here. One, we're not trying to open up through the hip as we kick back. So keep your hips square to the ground, okay? Which basically means both hip bones are always pointing down. Also, we don't want to sink through the chest, so actively push the ground away from you. You want your shoulder blades nice and flat on the back of your body. Woo! I like that one. And then, as you kick out, you want your glutes to turn on and your belly button to draw up in towards your spine. Don't let it hang down to the ground. We're back in 3, 2, 1. If you want more work, walk your hands down that pink thingy, a little closer to your feet. Choke up on it. Sean, choke up on your pink thingy. Come on, choke up on it. Gaze is down at the ground. Feel that glute turn on at the top. You see that? Glute activation. Core is working. Shoulder stabilizers is working. Everything is working. It's not always as simple as it looks. Seemingly simple movements, once you properly engage and anchor down to the ground, can hit a totally different way. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah, we got one more of those. Woo. Okay. All the way back. Last one of these, and then we're gonna get some ab work in you. I'm gonna take it up a notch. I'm gonna choke up on my pink thingy. Oh, that hits differently. That hits differently, doesn't it?
I have the last round.
Woo! Don't let your back arch. Keep pulling your belly button up towards the ceiling. All the way through your back, all the way up. Okay, let's reach for dumbbells. I'm gonna come on down to the ground for some ab work. Why don't you grab 110? I'll grab 110. We're gonna take that dumbbell, grip onto it securely on either side, and it's going overhead, okay? So all the way overhead, and then we're curling up to a crunch as we push it up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Similar to a pullover, so we're getting core work. We're also getting some chest and upper back. Big exhale as you curl up. Remember, we always want to exhale on the exertion of the movement. Get all of the air out of the diaphragm and rest. Okay. You might find it a little tricky with your vest on, so if you need to take it off for this one, go for it.
You guys are mic'd up, so be careful.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now we're just coming up to the base of the back body ribs, okay? So those the floating lower rib cages, that's where we're ending.
How many ribs do you have?
Too many. How many do you have?
I don't know.
Did you remove the bottom 2 floating ones?
No.
I heard that that's a thing. But,
For what?
I mean, don't always believe what you read on the internet. I heard that you could remove the two like, not that you can, but people have removed those floating ribs to give you a more cinched in look through the rib cage, or through the waist.
I didn't know.
There's also exercise and diet does the same thing. A lot less painful. Okay.
Starts to go on a bit. You should feel a good stretch when you come back down.
Don't you love it?
Yeah. Right there is the stretch.
Woo! I love a good pullover. Almost there, almost there, almost there. I think we should keep the weight for the next exercise. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. Ta-da-da-da-da-da! One more to go.
Russian twist?
Yeah. Not to be mistaken for a Hungarian twist. Why is it called a Russian twist?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. Okay. So we're rotating, through the thoracic, tapping down on one side of the body, taking it over to the other side. Notice how the movement is just through the thoracic. If you want to up the ante on this, what do? Float the feet off the ground. Keep the rotation through the thoracic, okay? Breathe.
You actually get a better burn when you hold the weight like this on these, opposed to the other day we had them tilted up.
Yeah, you get a nice grip on it too.
Yeah.
It's perfect size. Okay, you can also use your pink thingy. Should we show them how that looks? You liked that one earlier. Okay, so if we want to, we can thread our toes through the pink thingy, hold it in your hands like so, and then we're just tapping down either side. Get your elbows down. Remember to take your gaze in whatever direction that you're rotating. It does force your core to work a little bit harder if you look in the other direction, but we're really focusing on the rotation here. So today, we're not there yet. We're looking where we're going. Where your gaze goes, that's where your energy flows. 2 and 1. Woo. Oh, we missed. Elbow, elbow. You gotta look at the elbow, right? Okay, last one. Last one. 3, 2, let's do it. I can't decide if I like the pink thingy for these better or if I like the dumbbells better. I do feel the rotation a little bit more with the pink thingy. If you pick your poison, let us know which one you prefer. Woo! Yeah, definitely. If you start to feel it in your lower back, take those legs down. Almost there. We've got 10 seconds left. And then you can call today a wrap. 2, and well done. Well done. Okay, I think that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it's not our sweatiest full body strength day yet, but I think we really focused on some key muscle groups. We focused on the precision of movements. And when you're rotating, there's so many things where we rotate, so many different exercises where we rotate, and the potential for injury is great. So really understanding what your body is capable of, the different degrees of movement, and where your movement should originate from, it's instrumental to making sure you're safe.
And if you're not used to some of these movements, don't worry about it. You can get better with it. This is progression, week to week, month to month, year to year. A lot of these, especially the warm-up stuff, is new for me, and I don't practice it every day. And I'd say probably half of those I feel really uncoordinated.
But you feel better the next day.
But I feel better the next day.
Right?
And the only way that I'm going to get better at that is I actually put the time in to get better at it. And if you don't put the time in, and I tell myself this with exercises that you might not be that strong at, and we seem to shy away from those because they're not our strengths.
That's what everyone does. Oh, I can't do this, so we don't do it. That's the wrong way to think.
Right.
If you can't do it, look at that as a challenge and an opportunity to get better, to learn how to do it. So you can say, nailed it.
So yeah, if you're not going to put the time in, and if I'm not going to work at, you know, opening up my hips, and if I'm not going to work at, you know, my leg kicks, my hamstrings are never going to get the range of motion
Shoulders
to
back.
where I can be, shoulders back.
Right there, you gain 2 inches of height.
There I go. What are you saying? I should get those shoes?
No, just stand tall.
The 2-inch foamers underneath. But you got to put the time in. If you put the time in and you just do a little bit each day, you're going to get better real quick. So just keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated if this is like the first time that you're doing this. So it should be the first time you're doing it, and you know you're going to get better. I can guarantee it. And I'm going to be struggling along.
He's going to be right there with you.
Yeah. So if you feel a little bit awkward or a little bit, you know, uncoordinated with some of this stuff, so do I.
You know what? Make a list of things that you found to be difficult, and then maybe focus on those. Once the video is done, if you have a hard time with hip rotations or hip openers, after the video is done, just do a couple extra of those. Really focus on them. Let that be your goal for the week or for the month, however long it takes you to get to a point where you feel fluid in that movement and you no longer feel like you're gripping or holding your breath. Do it for yourself, okay? And if not for yourself, tell somebody else. We're always more accountable to other people than we are to ourselves. I don't know why, but it seems to be a thing. But do it, okay? We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.